My name's Adam Monaco and I'm the Financial Controller for Hi-Tech Oils. With our national capacity, we can now service Australian companies nationwide. Of late, we have now expanded into the New Zealand market. Here at Hi-Tech Oils, we receive premium base oils and premium additive packs. Together, with our highly trained staff, we manufacture over 500 premium quality products. Hi-Tech Oils is Australian made and Australian owned.
We're back at the island for round 2 of the Shannons Nationals, and now it's time for some open wheel action with the CAM's Jayco Australian Formula 4 Championship. Having already run twice at Sandown and then at Barbagallo Raceway, Liam Lawson maintains a slender 4-point lead over Nick Rowe coming into this weekend. Ryan Saul took out race 1 yesterday over Cameron Shields, while Tyler Everingham took his debut win in the series over Zane Morse in race 2. Cars are on the track, so it's over to Darren Smith and Tony Shebeki in the booth for race 3, the final race of the weekend.
These guys had some fantastic racing yesterday, and a bit of a to-do with Cameron Shields and Ryan Schul yesterday. They both went off at the bottom of one, a very high speed off, brought the safety car out, and for those guys it was an opportunity for them to actually catch back up to the back of the field, and Ryan Schul then making his way forward and finishing in the mid of the field. Now we go back to grid positions from qualifying today. So Ryan Schul has P1, next to him will be Josh Denton in P2. That's how they're going to grid up on the front. Liam Lawson, who is our series leader at the moment, the young gun from New Zealand, hasn't finished any worse than third so far for the F4 season. So he is having an amazing year. Cameron Shields in that McDonald's car will start from 4th. Simon Fallon will start from P6. Aaron Love from P7. Nick Rowe, P8. Sage Murdoch. Zach Best, Jordan Mazzaroli and Zane Morse bringing up our field.
Great shots of the safety services available for here at the Shannons Nationals, the Race Solutions Medical Crew, Victorian Fire and Rescue there as well. So they all work in with each other, and we are away. And it was Josh Denton that jumped away very nicely there. Liam Lawson went with him as they charge down into the turn 1. It is Josh Denton that will lead. The number 5 of our pole sitter, Ryan Saul. Cameron Shields gets straight across from the left-hand side to the right-hand side to cover that run up into turn 2. But he is coming under fire now by the 30 of Liam Lawson. And these guys are going to battle for this all the way through. They've got 14 laps to do it in. And this is going to be a long old journey. Yesterday's race, late in the day, the whole field was condensed up after a brief safety car period, and they just went for it.
Yep. Josh Denton unfortunately taken off by Tyler Everingham in race 1 yesterday. That incurred a 30-second penalty for Tyler Everingham going into race number 2. The race that he actually won, the 30-second penalty took him to 10th position because there was 2 DNFs from race 1, and he worked his way from P10 to P1 in yesterday's race. So a great effort by Tyler Everingham with that Zagami Motorsport Magale Formula 4 car. But Josh Denton leads Ryan Saul around now as they make their way
to Lukey Heights.
Lukey Heights it is too.
The Rising Star competitors currently sitting P2 and P4 on the road. That is Ryan Saul and Cameron Shields, and they're looking pretty strong with it there.
Sage Murdoch, a big lock up towards the back of the field there, saw a puff of smoke come out. It's Josh Denton in front, final turn for their first lap of the race. 17 laps remaining in this one for the CAM's Jayco Australian Formula 4 Championship. And here comes Ryan Saul now. He puts the pedal to the metal. That's Zagami Motorsport coming up against the Team BRM car.
Gee, the juggernaut of Team BRM coming under threat with Zagami, aren't they? The many, many years of Formula 3 competition with Team BRM. Been around for a long time. Bronte and Michael Rundle, they run a very strong operation. Cameron Shields has been bumped out of P3. He's gone back to 4 now as Liam Lawson is on maximum attack onto the back of Ryan. That's now Josh Denton as Ryan Saul goes through to the lead. And Zane Morse just down the back of the field. He's the 3rd of the Rising Star contenders.
Gee whiz, I thought Liam Lawson was going to get up the inside there as Josh Denton went wide on the hairpin. He does get up the inside now. Will it be enough to give him 2nd position? It will. He works his way now to the front. Ryan Saul in front of him. It is Liam Lawson 2nd, Josh Denton relegated to 3rd, Cameron Shields relegated to 4th. So a bit of a mix-up up the front of the grid. That yellow and white car, or what do we call that? A light green and white car? No, we'll go with yellow.
Tennis ball yellow, tennis ball green, something like that, like his helmet suits him, looks good.
Zagami Motorsport car of Ryan Schul in front as they make their way back down Lukey through MG. Liam Lawson now with a new target in front of him and an opportunity to try and get himself back into the lead of another Formula 4 race.
Let's look back down through the field as they come around to complete two. It's Sewell to Lawson. They've changed around. Denton's changed around, and Shields is now back in four. It's Everingham to Nick Rowe. We'll keep an eye on the number 97. This guy makes a habit of pushing through the field pretty hard. Simon Fallon, last year's Burson Rookie of the Year in the number 27 to Aaron Love. Jordan Mazzaroli for junior race development. They know their way around the Phillip Island Grand Prix circuit.
So we talk about highlights of Shannons Nationals races, especially here at Phillip Island. I think it was Dean Randall many years ago. Probably not a highlight for Dean, but a massive roll.
Big off there. That looked like Nick Rowe. He's gone to the dirt. He's bouncing around. The SCT logistics car spins. He keeps control, grabs a cog, get it going. Nick, the number 97. There's not a gear to find, but he tries to get going again. Very, very lucky stuff.
Yeah, it certainly was, and hasn't been the best weekend for Nick Rowe. Had a horrific qualifying, I think is the way to put it. Let's have a look at the replay of what happened to Nick Rowe. We can see him coming around with a couple of Team BRM cars.
He's just getting a bit greedy there. I think Tony was trying to go as wide as he could, try and keep as much road speed under him as he possibly could. And, well, he won't do it that way again. You've just got to push it all the way in. Put those two wheels onto the white line and you're going to lose traction. There's no two ways about it. Maybe in a Porsche or a GT car, something heavy, you can probably do that. Not in one of these very light open wheels. The McGale control chassis, the Ford power plant that is on board these cars, little turbocharged engine.
Nick Rowe's one of those lucky guys that has been given the opportunity to drive these cars for a little bit longer than normal due to the fact that you're only allowed 2 full years driving a Formula 4 car. He had a couple of races towards the end of the first season, and then this is his second full year, so he'll effectively get 2 full years and a couple of races.
Hey, he's done some other driving as well. He drove the Mark Cars outfit. Oh, we've got an off there as well. That's the number 78, and he goes round. That's Love. Oh, goes over.
I reckon that might have been Sage Murdoch. I'm not too sure, not 100%. Couldn't see the helmet of the driver.
Safety car. So the Zagami McLaren will be rocketing out of pit lane now.
Yeah,
Sage
pretty
Murdoch.
sure it was Sage Murdoch and Aaron Love coming together there. Aaron Love having the off and then going straight into the side. Bang! Just got him. Sage Murdoch, wrong place, wrong time. That's all it was.
Sage Murdoch even had his hand in the air then, acknowledging the fact that he was off.
Don't even know if you would have seen Aaron Love coming towards him. Bang!
Watch this. He puts his hand up. There he is. What are you doing? And I tripped over and gently over he went.
In Aaron Love's defence, there wasn't much he could do. I mean, he was just a passenger on that grass going across the wet outfield. There's Sage Murdoch now, so he is out of the car. So that is good news. No dramas there for Sage walking around.
We can see the rain coming down now. Reports in from all the communicators around the track as we've got rain, we've got rain. There's 16 points around the track that observers and bystanders, trained CAMS officials report back to the race director and Clark, of course. Laurie Schmitz, the race director, professional full-timer at CAMS these days. Yeah, and it's wet.
Oh, yeah, look at that water coming up from behind. So this is going to be a weird old few laps for these boys as they try to navigate their way around this Phillip Island circuit on slicks in the west.
Word from race control is, yes, this is possibly going to be shortened 1 lap after 12.18 by me, that's now. So this is probably going to be our last lap as they just scrabble for grip there. Ryan Sewell hanging on, just easing on there. Liam Lawson is getting away from them. Can you believe that? Nick Rowe is trying to push his way through, and we've got a spinner. Zane Morse.
Zane Morse, yeah, number 11 for Zane Morse.
Look at Liam Lawson. He said, right, I see the rain, let's have a go. This is a challenge. I'm going to try and break away a lead.
At the moment, we're being told there's 8 laps on our timing screen remaining. But as you said, time critical. Probably only 1 lap, maybe if this is it, or maybe 1 lap after this, as we see Simon Fallon trying to get up the inside of Ryan Schul. Now the outside, back to the inside again.
Gee, the fact that the hood's on the Porsche people now, it's definitely raining out there, so that's a good indication. Umbrellas up. And here we go. Ryan Sewell hanging on. In fact, all hanging on. It's Nick Rowe that's actually making positions with Cameron Shields. So the guys that have got the experience in open wheelers, Cameron Shields experiencing in very, very fast open wheelers here. He's him in the number 73, the McDonald's livery. And he's just made up 2 positions in this one lap around. And he's looking now onto the back of Ryan Sewell. So Cameron Shields could end up going from back of the field, almost 0 to hero in these conditions.
Very much looking forward to this, Cameron Shields, and the possibility of maybe 1, maybe 2 more laps for this race for him, because he has made up 5 or 6 spots.
Look at Liam Lawson,
Yeah,
5 seconds away, he's gone. That's Josh Denton, not wanting to lose any points to Cameron Shields. He's gone through now, so here we've got 2 rising star competitors currently sitting 3 and 4 on the road. Simon Fallon into 2, by the way, Tony. He wasn't having the best of weekends until just now.
Well, there you go. Cameron Shields had an opportunity to look up the inside of Ryan Sewell, maybe again.
Final lap confirmed.
Okay, final lap it is confirmed. So it'll be Liam Lawson who's doing it nicely. I won't say he's going to win 100% definitely, because anything could happen in the last half a lap for him. He's on turn 4 around the hairpin. He navigates that ever so gently. Simon Fallon.
We've seen some impressive driving this week, and I think this of Liam Lawson out in front now is some of the best. He's driving away from the field, and Cameron Shields, look at it, just wobbling all over the place. Memories of Glenn Seaton in the DR31 Skyline across the top of Bathurst all those years ago. Goes through. Cameron Shields in a position 2. 3, sorry. He's got to chase after Fallon now. That's not going to happen. He's too far up the road as he goes back one more spot. These guys have seen the conditions and said, right, let's have a battle. We're all racing in the rain.
Right, Josh Denton trying to get up the inside now of Cameron Shields. Shields again up the inside of Sewell. Maybe. No. Sewell holds on to it.
He's still going wide there. Probably not the line you want. You want to give yourself plenty of room to slide. Like we just saw him do. It's under brakes now. Cameron Shields' eyes through the corner. He's not worrying about what's right in front of him. He's looking through for the opportunity on the exit. There it is. Sewell slams the door. Cameron Shields, I wouldn't say got out of it, but he certainly had that door slammed in his face.
Josh Denton still looks like he might be able to get something there as our winner, Liam Lawson, crosses the track. Here's the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Sewell, Shields, Denton, Fallon also crosses the line in 2nd place. And Sewell's going to get it as he... Oh, that was a tough run. I reckon he did by half a wheel from Cameron Shields, who had a big run down the straight at the finish. Josh Denton also there just behind them. We'll wait for the official placings. All right, podium time for me. I'm going to head down there now. Richard Crowell's going to join you very shortly.
So they started in dry. In fact, they started in a 100% dry track. It was great conditions, and they finished in the wet.
Darren, that rain played havoc with everyone's grip, but we're hearing now from race control that Liam Lawson has been given a 30-second penalty after he overtook during the safety car period. So despite finishing first on track, that penalty effectively moves him all the way down to 7th place, which means Simon Fallon is your race winner. So that battle between Fallon, Sewell and Shields at the end, in actual fact, was for the race win. It's a massive result. Josh Denton takes 4th over Tyler Everingham and Zach Best, while Nick Rowe, Aaron Love and Sage Murdoch all failed to make it home. Well, with that penalty, Liam Lawson's reign as the championship leader is over. Nick Rowe now occupies the top spot by just a single point, with Cameron Shields, Ryan Sewell and Josh Denton rounding out the top 5. That's a wrap from the island, but as always, stay up to date with everything over at thenationals.com.au. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for joining us. We'll see you at Winton for round 3.
Coming up after the break, we head back to Sydney Motorsport Park as we continue our round 2 coverage of the Swan Super Series.